Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here talking about some NBA news. Let's get into it. So, Carmelo Anthony, on D-Wade's podcast, I think it was on his podcast, he revealed he never demanded a trade from Denver to New York. Remember when he was on the Denver Nuggets, and then he got traded to New York? Apparently, he revealed he never demanded a trade. Is he lying? Based on this clip, he's not. Ask the man that traded him. Maybe they try to convince him to stay, but you don't really know the full story if he's lying or not. You can't just automatically assume, oh, if it's true or he's lying. But I don't think he is. But maybe he's not. But I'll believe Melo say over the former Nuggets GM. And they went to the Western Conference Finals in the very same summer. They break up that team and don't even think to run it back. So I think he's probably being true. And why do people assume he's lying? What makes he lie something about something decades after it happened? Like, I think people just don't believe him. So Hassan Whiteside, a former center in the NBA, played for the Heat, multiple teams. Apparently, he's retiring from the game of basketball. He intends to retire from the game of basketball. He's been everywhere. Like, he's been on the Blazers, the Kings, the Jazz, the Miami Heat. Like, he's been everywhere, dude. In the NBA and other teams, I guess overseas. He's basically DeAndre Ayton before DeAndre Ayton. He was a good player, just super lazy, especially after he's got his big first contract. But Ayton isn't. But I mean, I'm not comparing them pick wise. I'm not comparing them like picks wise. Like, oh, he was the #1 pick. Except the laziness, Ayton is nowhere near Whiteside. I think Whiteside was like more lazy, but prime Whiteside was great. He was. Remember that one game he had. I think it was so many blocks. He's like, oh, I'm trying to get my 2K rating up. But yeah, prime Whiteside was different man from Miami. But for a few months, he was unreal for the Heat. He was a solid player throughout his career. So we'll see what he does after basketball. So the state of North Carolina has dismissed 3 criminal charges against Miles Bridges, including violations related to domestic violence, child abuse, and property damage due to insufficient evidence, via Woj ESPN. I really don't know what more to say about this. I think this is just about him violating the restraining order and throwing pool balls through her windshield or whatever. I mean, if she's like willing to testify, it becomes quite difficult to prove without another witness. Like, I think he probably did it, but I mean, if you say that happens to you, you gotta be a witness, or not be a witness. Just tell what happened. I don't know. But he's basically a celebrity that gets away with a crime. Or should I say, not a celebrity, but an NBA player. Pretty much gets away with it. He's still a thug. He gets away with abusing his wife. It was either his wife, I think it was his wife. It was either his girlfriend or his wife. One look at the pictures of his girlfriend should be to tell enough. But maybe she altered the picture. I don't know. I think this is just such a shit show of a situation. Like, I'm not one to say if he did or not, but I think he probably did. But I swear these freaking NBA players get the best lawyers. But I guess he beat his case. So Brim Forbes has been arrested on 3rd-degree felony charge of assault, strangulation, / choking of a family member. If I had a nickel for every Brim Forbes mugshot I've seen, I'd only have 2 nickels, but it's weird as happened. Right, twice, right? Okay. I don't know why that was funny, I just thought it was. But this is just, again, man. What did he do the first time? Didn't he beat up his girlfriend or something? I think he beat up his girlfriend, I think. Again. It's happened multiple times. Or I should say multiple. I think this is the second time. Well, I guess it's considered multiple. But yeah, lock that thug up. Draymond Green pretty much roasted Yusuf Nurkic on, what was it, the Draymond Green show? And people were like, oh, why'd he bring up scoring 4-6 points? He's put up elite numbers. I shouldn't say elite numbers, but he's put up these last few games, he's been playing pretty great, putting up 15 and 12. And these aren't really bench numbers. Like, he's rebounding the ball really well for us, passing, his defense. He's got us, like, 4th in defense since he's come back. He's never been known to be a big scorer. He never has been besides, 2016. He's never been known for a big scorer. And he's talking about this game where he had 15, 9, and 7. And Nurkic that game scored 6 points when he's getting guarded by people that are like 5-6 inches shorter. And he was basically crying to the media after he got embarrassed in that game against Draymond. Shannon Sharpe. Oh boy. Shannon Sharpe guarantees the Lakers will make the Western Conference Finals at least. They're not even going to make it past the second round. Maybe. The Wayne season even compared with last season now. The Wolves are finally playing much better. Clippers upgrading from Harden, playing their best basketball. Thunder and the Denver Nuggets, Pels, Mavs. I think even my Warriors can make a run because I think we're playing better again. I mean, they'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they'll make the freaking Western Conference Finals. Come on. The Phoenix Suns have expressed interest in Danilo Gallinari, picking him, I guess, off the waiver market. The Lakers and Suns, I guess, are interested in the whole league at this point. So Nikola Jokic is the favorite to win MVP according to ESPN's NBA MVP straw poll. How was Luka 4th? If the Mavs finish top 4 in the West, I think Luka will win the MVP. I mean, he's a menace to be fair, but I think either SGA, Giannis, or Luka should be first in this straw poll here. So Kyle Kuzma, he mentioned that the Wizards offered him a trade to Dallas, but he chose to stay in DC to build something there. Wenger presented me with what the trade was and obviously didn't want to trade me and kind of left the decision up to me a little bit. Asked me what I wanted to do. I told him I wanted to stay and continue to build something, and that was kind of the end of it. Build something. Bro wants to ball hog as much as he can in Washington. You're not going to build anything on the Wizards, buddy. He just wants the bag, bro. He just wants the money. No one says, I want to build something at the Washington Wizards, dude. I'm not even hating, like. If it's me, I would go somewhere else. Like, you're wasting your time there. He just wants the ball hog. He stated that his timeline did not align with that of the Mavericks. In my career, I won a championship. Yeah, you weren't really a big part of that championship, but still won a championship, I guess. So understand that when we play this game of basketball, it's not about contending for a playoff spot. It's about contending for an NBA championship. There's only like 3 or 4 contenders, true contenders. I just feel like our timelines didn't line up. He's pretty much saying he doesn't want to play with a ball hog. But is that really what he's saying, though? Maybe I'm just looking at that too much, but basically what he's saying. That's what I read here. What somebody said, like, oh, he doesn't want to play with the ball. Bro, he plays with Jordan Poole. Like, what is he really saying here? He said he'd rather be on the worst team in the league than a playoff team with the Mavericks. That's funny. That's funny, man. Stephen Curry, his last 3 games, first in points, 149th in free throws made. He's just humble and unbelievably good. He's just that good. If he had a superstar whistle, he'd lead the league in scoring. Let's see some more news here. Marcus Morris is leaning towards signing with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oh wow, acting like this changes the league. He's gonna play maybe like a few minutes a game. Spencer Dinwiddie says the Lakers can take it to another level. When everything's on the line, they can rise to a level no other team can get to. Maybe from the first round to maybe the second round, maybe. He's just saying anything right now. I'm really excited to finally be out of New York, end quote, Evan Fournier. You know it's bad when you're be on one of the worst teams in NBA history. Dude went from a good playoff team to the next to the worst team in the fucking league. Pendale face for Mr. Fournier. So ESPN sources, also with the Knicks, they're filing a protest with the NBA to dispute the 105-103 loss to the Rockets on Monday after a 3-point foul was called leading to their loss. And the crew chief Adam Lee acknowledging foul call on Jalen Brunson leading to Aaron Holiday's two winning free throws, was incorrectly called from the report. They aren't scheduled to play again this year, but the hope would be to win the protest and play an overtime period to complete the game. Only 6 protests in league history have been upheld. Man, I mean, that was a bad call, but like, what's the point of just going back to Houston, play a 5-minute scrimmage? I think it would just be pointless. The Suns are finalizing a deal with forward Thaddeus Young. He's a smart pickup, veteran presence. I mean, I guess it's just depth for him, but yeah. That's really all to say. For this video, so until next time, peace.